Testing, 1, 2. All right, we are live on the world's #1 website, YouTube. Yes, here we go. Today, again, we will be editing an entire real estate property from start to finish. We've got some basic images and we've got some advanced images. If you can believe it or not, I hope you can believe it because I will show you now the basic images. We're just going to go right through these. We've got a lot of night shots and quite a few day shots. Bathrooms. Those are bathrooms, if you can believe it. This is a bedroom. Yes, this is a real estate property that needs to be sold. Therefore, they have come to us to photograph it and edit it. That way it looks good enough to sell and make money on. Yeah, make money. That's probably not what you're going to be doing today. You're probably going to be sitting around and consuming products from today's sponsors, which is Cheetos, Ben & Jerry's, and Bowflex, as well as Racetrack. Racetrack is probably the best gas station of all time. It is incredible. They have Cheetos there, so I know you want to head on over to Racetrack and pick up like a dozen bags of Cheetos. And I'm all about it. I am all about it because we are now endorsing Cheetos. Chester Cheetah is the official mascot of this channel, this international live stream broadcast, where we are broadcasting worldwide, all over the world, especially in China, apparently, and Hong Kong, Shanghai. That's for some reason, that's where most of our audience is. I don't know why. I'm not going to question it. I am going to tell all of the Chinese people living in China to go buy Ben & Jerry's ice cream and Cheetos. So those are the basics. We're going to move on to the advanced here real quick. Yeah, and as you can see, we're just going to take the outside shots and composite everything together, the inside, the outside. It's not complex. It's literally never complex or complicated. It is putting together a puzzle. For you, I know that's a lot. What is this? That is a light of some sort, I believe. Could be some sort of surveillance camera system to stop people like you from trespassing on this property. But I will be endorsing Chester Cheetah, the Cheeto mascot. I love Cheetos. I love Cheetos Puffs. My personal favorite is the jalapeno cheddar Cheetos. Everybody loves the extra hot Flamin' Cheetos. I'm sure there's a few bags of those underneath your bed because you're a slob and you never clean up. And we also have the brand new other one. That is also delicious. I love all of those flavors. I love Ben & Jerry's. I love consuming 10,000 calories of ice cream in one sitting. It is very good. What else is very good is going to be the end result of this property as you watch everything unfold in real time right now. Now that you understand what it is we're going to be doing, we're going to get right into the basics. I like to do the basics first. Let me move this over so you don't get confused. Okay. Now, again, we're in Camera Raw. It comes bundled with Adobe Photoshop. Go ahead and install Adobe Photoshop by downloading Creative Cloud. It's free. Creative Cloud is free. That is basically the processor resource hog that Adobe likes to force on everybody. It also acts as a surveillance data mining bug that basically takes screenshots of all of your activity on your computer and then sends it back to Adobe so that they can sell your information to other companies. And that way they know that you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing with Photoshop and Premiere. and all of the other wonderful products at Adobe. We love Adobe. Unfortunately, they have not sponsored this channel. So the less we talk about Photoshop, the better, even though we have to use it for like the next 2.5 hours. It's unfortunate, I know. It's very unfortunate. What's not unfortunate is the fact that you can go to Racetrack gas station and load up on all your favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavors. Yeah. And you can buy another 24 bags of Cheetos. You know, you can literally sit here right now and be just as unproductive as you usually are and consume bags of Cheetos. I am sure that you don't have to go to Racetrack right now because you probably have like a dozen fresh bags of jalapeno cheddar Cheetos in your pantry. Before cracking open a fresh bag of Cheetos, I would suggest that you reach your hand underneath your bed and just grab that bag of Cheetos, because it's probably not empty. I'm sure there's still some crumbs in there that you can inhale before opening a fresh new bag of Cheetos. But knowing you, you won't do that. You'll probably just leave it there for the ants and the roaches to get to. Yeah, it's always a sad situation with you. I know. It is what it is. I've come to expect it. I've come to expect it as your daycare kindergarten babysitter, which I apparently am still fulfilling as a role instead of teaching people how to be professionals in Photoshop. But if there is anyone out there that has a grasp on Photoshop and you've successfully managed to install Adobe Creative Cloud and you have Photoshop installed correctly, go ahead and open it now. And if you have real estate photos that you need to edit, maybe you could edit yours alongside of what I have to do here. Yeah, that would be awesome. You can kind of watch what I do and then, kind of take it from there, like how I use Camera Raw to make these basic adjustments, just make sure that your color temperature is in a decent spot. Make sure there's a good amount of contrast. Make sure things are nice and bright and even. These are all starting points. These are the kinds of concepts that the goldfish brain people will not understand. That's probably most of the people watching right now, unfortunately. But if you actually have a human brain, look out for the flash. Look out for the reflection over here. If you actually have a human brain and not a lizard goldfish brain, then I have a little bit of respect for you already. Not a lot. Let's not get carried away. But I do have a small bit of respect for you. Much more than that of some sort of aquatic creature like a goldfish. Yeah. Or a bird. Bird brain. I'm sure most people are watching right now and they all have bird brains. Okay. Moving on past the bird brain problem here on this live stream, we're going to put our efforts into what we can control, and that's the result of what we achieve here in Photoshop. I have the ability to control that and make masterpieces on a daily basis. You probably don't have that ability. Oh boy. So again, the lamps over here, the lights, they're a little bright. So I'm using that existing layer, just popping in a mask, using my soft brush. What what are my settings for the soft brush? It's very simple. 30% opacity, 30% flow, and the smoothing is at 10%. And I save my brushes right here. I have a hard brush, a soft brush, and a skin brush. I use that for portraits, to paint in skin tones when people have very dry, cracked, disgusting skin, like a lizard. I'm sure your skin is just as dry, rough, and cracked because you have a lizard brain, so you are probably just a lizard. Yes. Okay, so I'm dragging out a guide, just like that. And look at the top left as well. We need consistency here, people. I like to see quality and consistency. It's one thing that we don't really get in this world anymore. We just get garbage for the most part. We just get garbage. Garbage people, garbage goldfish, garbage lizard-brained humanoid people. That's pretty much what we have. Let's check. Yep, we're saving all of them out with the correct names and everything. When I finish this one, I'm going to call it Den Night. Can you guess why it's going to be called Den Night? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Let me break the ice to you right now. It's a den. It's a den room. It's where mom and dad like to go to get away from you. You see this TV here? They crank it up at the max volume to get away from you. They're little goldfish-brained 5-year-old that thinks they can use Photoshop. No. You are addicted to your iPad and Adobe Lightroom for some reason. This is where mom and dad go to get away from you. Because everywhere you go, you carry your iPad around, blasting Nickelodeon shows and Cartoon Network crap, as always. You never cease to stop watching garbage and consuming trash. Unlike today's sponsors, Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Is that good or what, folks? I love Ben & Jerry's. Ben & Jerry's is actually so good that Nike had to partner up with Ben & Jerry's, and Ben & Jerry's even created their own custom flavor in partnership with Nike. Nike released Nike Dunks. Look at these. These are literally custom made by sweatshop slaves in China. They're awesome. I already own like 2 of these. They're $480 a pair. You can't afford them because you are a very financially unsavvy peasant. But Ben & Jerry's, when they partnered up with the slave shop, sweatshop, Nike manufacturer, shoe manufacturer called Nike, they created an amazing flavor called Chunky Dunky. Chunky Dunky. If you think that I haven't already tried Chunky Dunky, think again. I have half a pint of that left in my freezer right now. I had it last night when Ben & Jerry's sent over some samples after I signed the contract to make money from them as a sponsorship and endorser of their wonderful products. They sent over a couple pints. Unbelievable. Chunky Dunky is literally my favorite flavor of ice cream now. I love Ben & Jerry's. They have classics like they have a lot of classics. It's kind of like Baskin Robbins, except they have over 400 flavors, I believe. And they're constantly adding new flavors. The scientists and the wizards over at Ben & Jerry's are constantly coming up with new flavors for obese diabetics like you. And they are just delicious. Every single flavor that I've ever tried from Ben & Jerry's is just out of this world. They literally knock it out of the park every single time. Gosh, it's good. I mean, I'm sure that when you polish off a fresh bag of Cheetos, you immediately run to the freezer section of Racetrack, our favorite gas station and today's sponsor. You run to the freezer section of racetrack, and you get out one of those little red carts that they have by the door of racetrack, those little handle cart things where you can throw lots of crap in there. I'm sure that you load up as many pints of Ben & Jerry's ice cream as possible. Unfortunately, when you actually make it up to the cashier and the cashier rings all of it up, you cannot afford it because you have made very bad financial decisions throughout your entire life. And that probably comes as a big disappointment because I know you want 422 pints of ice cream to throw down your gullet as you watch Cartoon Network. Yeah. So you're more than likely just going to be able to buy one, maybe two if you're lucky that day. Again, there's probably some change under the seat of your hoopty car that you drive around town, and people laugh and they say, "Why is he driving that? Why do I hear his car coming down the street when it's 2 miles away?" I mean, they can literally hear the radiator and the muffler just basically exploding down the street when you're not even near people. They can hear it. I'm surprised the engine even turns over at this point. You should have been more like me and made better financial decisions throughout your life. If you were like me, you would own at least a few Porsche 911s. I currently have 5. I currently have a Lamborghini. Have you ever seen a Lambo in real person? In real life? I really doubt it. I doubt you've ever seen a Lamborghini in real life. I can literally get up out of my chair right now and walk into my massive garage and see a Lamborghini sitting there. It is neon orange. It's neon orange, and the hood, it's a drop top, of course. The hood is black. It's stunning. Of course, it was custom made. Everything I own and possess is basically custom made. I do not buy mass production garbage like you do. Everything I buy is exotic and truly one of a kind. That is the standard that I operate on a daily basis. Unlike you. Yeah. So, I'm sure you have some change somewhere in that little hoopty of yours. Scrounge up some change. Scrounge up a couple bucks. Head on over to racetrack. Pick up a couple bags of Chester Cheetahs. Chester Cheetos. Chester Cheetah is literally the greatest mascot of all time. He is awesome. He is a cheetah that loves Cheetos. We love Chester. Chester the cheetah loves us here at this worldwide international broadcast. Hosted by none other than Mr. 10 Million. Mr. 10 Million, because I have over 10 million hours of professional Photoshop experience. I am tired of saying that to you people. You need to start calling me either Greatness or Mr. 10 Million. Yes, okay, excellent. Everything is coming along just wonderfully. We have 17 pros to go. I've already done 8. You've probably done nothing this entire time. I doubt you even have Adobe Creative Cloud downloaded yet because you're a peasant and you can only afford the slowest internet speeds. You're probably still on dial-up. There is probably an AOL starter disk in the CD drive of your computer that was made in 1998. I don't even know how you're watching this live stream right now. If you have a computer from 1998 that has a disk drive that is currently holding an AOL starter disk in it. I don't know how that works, but nevertheless, you never cease to amaze me with the level of insanity that you operate on. You never cease to amaze me. It's truly astounding. I mean, you are one of a kind. In a world filled with goldfish, you swim alone at the top of the goldfish bowl. The goldfish mountain bowl. You swim alone because you are number one in a world filled with goldfish. In a world where everybody is a clone, where everybody is copy and paste. Nobody thinks for themselves. Nobody knows how to operate in the market, the stock market, real estate market, you name it. I've done it. I do it now. I'm a success. You're not. Pay attention, goldfish. Follow along. Nobody knows how to do anything anymore. It's very sad. I really do blame your parents. I blame social media. I blame Viacom and MTV. They have basically created a mass horde of zombies and goldfish. That is you. We basically just have lizard people stumbling around, dazed and confused 24/7 now. It's not a pretty picture when I am the last remaining human on Earth, basically. I am basically a wizard that is now waging a war against all, well, I was going to say all of humanity, but it's not really humanity anymore, is it? It's a sea of dumpster people, dumpster creatures. And no, do not go dumpster diving for leftover bags of Cheetos, okay? The roaches and the raccoons have already gotten to those bags. You have to go to Racetrack and purchase new bags of Cheetos if you want Cheetos. Again, today's wonderful sponsor is none other than my man Chester the Cheetah, and he's bringing fresh Cheetos to the crowd today. Oh yes, jalapeno cheddar, flamin' hot Cheetos, cheese puff Cheetos. We love cheese puffs. Cheese puffs. Not cheesy poofs. Not that. That's copyright infringement. Cheetos owns the copyright to cheese puffs. Cheesy puffs, not cheesy poofs. That's not even a real thing. Don't be ridiculous. Stop being ridiculous. We love Cheetos, though. I love Cheetos. I love making real estate photography perfect for whiny real estate agents. I love doing this. I love entertaining peons and peasants. I love it. I cannot get enough, folks. Okay. It's a little blown out over there. It's a little, just a little, not a lot, just a little. It's a little overexposed over there. And even though I already adjusted the lens distortion, I'm going to see. Oh, that might not work. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Calm down. Calm down, Jimmy. Little Timmy, calm down. I'm sure that you will get enough sugar throughout the day. You can go 10 minutes without ice cream or Cheetos. All right, there we go. That's better. That's much better. And let me just take my soft brush and paint that in. And what I have just achieved right there is called perfection. You haven't even installed Photoshop yet. Oh boy. Wow. Okay, I told you. Adobe.com. Downloads. Adobe Creative Installer. Creative Cloud Installer. Download it. Download it, Jimmy. Please pay attention today. Please pay attention. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. I have to get through this. I can't. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. You have reduced me from being a wizard that battles giants and orcs. Yes, literal orcs in medieval fashion. You have reduced me from that to being a kindergarten babysitter. I don't even know how that happened. My life is just flashing before my eyes right now. It's literally flashing. And even though I am immortal, I do still feel like life is ending sometimes. Basically, whenever I'm around you, that's for me. That's basically the end. That's the end right there. It's the beginning of the end. I know as soon as you step into my classroom and you start drooling out of the side of your mouth, that still has that still has Cheeto crumbs on it. I know that's the end. At the very least, it's the end of my entire day. I question whether or not I'll be able to get through it sometimes. I really do. I really question it. I question every aspect of my life when I see you. When I see you step into my Photoshop masterclass, it's like a mountain is just... It's like an avalanche collapsing on me. And it's going to take days to claw my way out of that. That's the effect that you have, Jimmy. Little Jimmy, that's the effect that you have. I really do despise you. I despise you for not having Photoshop installed yet. Look at the TVs. The TVs are on. Let's count the TVs that are on. In other words, let's count the number of goldfish-brained people tuning into their garbage content that they like to consume. There's several TVs on here, as you can see. You can see it in the reflection of the lake as well. It's very tragic. Everybody is a goldfish. Everybody likes to consume trash and garbage 24/7. Trash and garbage 24/7. We like to consume garbage. We like to eat garbage. We like to be garbage. We like to watch garbage. We like to be told what to do 24/7 and never think about anything for ourselves, just like you, little Jimmy. Just like you, Jim. Here, Jimmy, here's a fresh bag of sugar. Here you go. Here's a pound of sugar. Processed sugar. And go to town. Here's a spoon. Don't worry about Photoshop. Don't worry about any of it. Don't worry about real estate photography. I'm going to take it from here. Just go crazy on that pound and a half of sugar that I just gave you. Hopefully you go into some sort of diabetic shock soon, and then I just won't have to pay attention or deal with you anymore. Honestly, I would prefer that at this point. That's the level of care that I can give to you at this point. Putting you into a diabetic coma. I mean, that's really it. That's what I'm going to be attempting to do from now on, and that's the point that I want to reach. That way I don't have to hear you or see you anymore coming into my class. I want you bedridden at home. I do not want you in my Photoshop masterclass anymore. The days of being your kindergarten teacher, they are coming to an end. They are coming to an end. What's not coming to an end, however, is the level of success and overall excellence that I will continue to achieve here in Photoshop. It's the reason that real estate agents continue to come back to us. They continue to come back to me day in and day out saying, thank you. Thank you so much. You have literally just made us tens of millions of dollars because we were able to sell this multi-billion-dollar home on the beach. It was because of you. And I say, I know. I know. I also say, why are you not paying me more money? Why are you not putting cold, hard cash in my hand right now? I do not need compliments. I already know that I am literally the best in the entire world. I am literally the greatest ever to download Photoshop, install it, and use it as a professional. As a professional wizard, I am literally the best. Literally, there has never been anyone on the face of the earth that has ever come as close to me when it comes to operating in this program called Photoshop. I am literally the best of all time. And the real estate agents know it. The real estate companies know it. The magazines know it. The magazines are constantly trying to get me to do interviews for them. And I say, look, guys, I'm not in the business of bragging and boasting. When it comes to this whole Photoshop thing, I like to operate in the shadows. I like to be the guy behind the scenes, wielding power like a puppet master. That's me. That's me. I am the puppet master. You are the puppet. You will do what I tell you to do. Just like the agents, just like the magazines that are constantly groveling before me to do interviews for them. Guys, listen. I know you're watching this live stream right now. Just listen for a second. Take the bananas out of your ears and just pay attention. I don't do interviews. It's beneath me. Print media, I hate to say it, but it's dead. It's dead. And even if it wasn't, I wouldn't care. I truly would not care. I pity your publication. I honestly pity your publication. I pity the editors and the graphic designers that have to put together your sloppy magazine that show real estate properties all over the world that I edit and make great. If you want to take my photos and you want to put my name next to it in your magazine, I'll grant you that much. I'll grant you that much. You can do that. I'm not doing an interview though. So stop with the calls, stop with the emails and the text messages and the faxes. I don't even know how you got my fax number to begin with, but just call it quits, guys. I mean, seriously. It's borderline harassment. I get it. You admire me. It's not necessary though. So I have to put my metaphorical foot down right now and just say I'm not doing interviews. It's all right. I don't do interviews, guys. Not unless you're on my level. And I know that there's literally nobody else out there on my level in the world. So it's kind of pointless. Why would I? It would be like little Timmy here interviewing me. Why would I let little Timmy here interview me? He is drooling out of the side of his mouth, and he has Cheeto crumbs on his shirt. He couldn't even conduct an interview. Why would I do that? I want little Timmy over here in a diabetic coma. That way I don't have to deal with him anymore. I'm done. I am done. I'm done with the peasants. Hopefully, for the handful of people out there, i.e. non-goldfish brained lizards, if you are a real human being watching right now, I hope that you're paying attention to the excellence that I am crafting here. I mean, look at how stunningly beautiful that view is now. I know you want to buy this property. I also know that you can't afford it. I know. Life is hard. Life is hard when you are not me. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. Okay. How are we doing? I mean, that question is completely rhetorical. Obviously, incredible so far. Just as a rhetorical question, though, I'm going to ask it anyways. How are we doing? Of course. Excellent. We have 2 basic images left. Then we're going to move on to the advanced images. We're going to move on to the, well, I'm going to move on to the advanced images, and hopefully you're following along at home with your color book. Because it's too hard to use a computer with a mouse and a keyboard. But hopefully you are following along. And you're beginning to understand what greatness looks like. You're witnessing it in real time. You are witness to the creation of everything amazing about real estate photography right now. Oh, look at that. Folks, this is why you need to use the pen tool. Even a wizard like me makes mistakes every once in a while. Every once in a while. You make a lot of mistakes. I rarely make mistakes because everything I do is like just basically perfection. But that's a little too bright, so I just wanted to take that down, just like that. Just paint it in. We don't have to go crazy like little Jimmy over here. Little goldfish brain Jimmy. We just need to paint it in a little bit and select the sky. Grab that mask. Oh, let's see how this looks, and just paint it in once, twice, and deselect, and then paint it in over the whole image. I want it to look like a night shot. That looks pretty good. Let me feather this, feather that, and then, yeah, bring it into camera raw. I'm looking to make the sky a little bit warmer, perhaps, with the color temperature. I don't know. I'm just throwing a little curveball here at you, seeing how you react. I think it's better. Yeah, just wanted to warm it up a little bit. Merge all onto a new layer. Don't flatten, sharpen it. And move on to the next one. This looks pretty good so far, so I'm gonna save that out as what? You guessed it. Good job. Pool night. Why? Because it's a pool shot at nighttime. And here we are on the last image already. That's literally like 1,000 basic images that I can process that fast. It's basically one of those things that you throw lumber into and it just grinds it up. I don't even know what it's called, but a wood chipper. This is what this is. It's an assembly line of excellence, and a wood chipper because of how fast I can process these images. It's okay. I know you don't have Photoshop installed yet. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything. I'm going to handle everything from here on out. I truly do not want help at all. Least of all from you. A goldfish. Okay. Now, when I do that, I'm going to paint it in, and we're going to get the reflection on that mirror or the glass window over there. So, be careful. Be very, very careful. I'm just going to brush it out. I'm not even going to make a selection. I feel like a selection is beneath me right now. Kind of like everything you do. There's something sticking out right there. Image. Flatten it. Don't flatten it. Run that sharpen pass. Clean up this crap. Clean up that crap. I'm going to clean up that crap. This lens spot. All the dirt and junk and garbage everywhere. Kind of how like you should clean up your room. Because I'm sure that it's filthy. And I'm sure there's empty Ben and Jerry's cups of ice cream everywhere. Because you are, I mean, you're just a slob, I'm sure. You know, to put it nicely, I'm sure you are a slob. Oh, gosh, okay. There's 17. How many are there? Count it. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. It's not necessary. There's 17. I already know there is. How do I know that? Bridge tells me right there. Look at that. That is just unbelievable. That's amazing. What else is amazing? What else that is... can't even talk. These sponsors have me so just giddy with excitement. Not only because of how much money I'm going to be making, but just how great their products are, and how great of a mascot Chester the Cheetah is for our channel here. That is just awesome. Love Chester the Cheetah. Excuse me. Sorry, Chester. With all due respect, allow me to apologize. Respect. A cartoon character gets more respect than you. That is sad. That is just very, very sad. It is pathetic. It's pathetic. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going back. Pay attention. Yeah, you're going to have to pay attention right now. What I'm doing right now is just going back to all the basics that I just did. Making some quick tweaks to the color temperature, the contrast, brightness, things like that. Usually I just adjust the highlights, shadows, exposure, contrast, and temperature, tint, vibrance, and saturation. You really don't do much else other than that. It's kind of unnecessary. And I'm just taking a little bit more than what I need with those adjustments and then popping in a mask. Oh, I may have overdone it. I'm going to leave it as is for right now, though. You know why? Because I'm going to come back about 400 more times, and I'm going to comb over those. I'm going to do a couple passes with a fine-tooth comb, and I'm going to make sure that they are just basically perfect. That way the real estate agents get on their hands and knees and grovel before me, as you should be doing right now, because you are in the presence of greatness. And look at how dark that is. That is just unbelievable. You must have been distracting me very much when I was editing this particular photo right here, because that is very dark. It's very dark. I know that I was talking about how this room, this den night, is the room that your parents go to get away from you and your obnoxiously loud iPad. This is where they go and they crank up the TV to, they crank up the volume on the TV to 100% to drown out the noise of you being an obnoxious little sugar-addicted child. These are decent. Okay, that's all right. There's still stuff that I need to do to them, but like I said, I come back over and over and over and over. Over and over and over and over. Make small adjustments and just build on top of it. Build that foundation. Build the foundation that you need in your life to be excellent, to be great and successful like me. Don't overdo it with Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I know it's good. I know it's delicious. There's a reason that I said, yes, let's partner up. I want you to endorse this channel, Ben & Jerry's, and it's because they are excellent. The scientists at Ben & Jerry's come up with the best flavors of ice cream possible. Oh, is it good or what? Is it good or what? Is it good or what, folks? Be honest. I know that sometimes it can be so good that you have basically eaten yourself into a coma. That's when you're going to need today's other sponsor, Bowflex. Bowflex makes the world's best home gyms. Yeah, they literally have dumbbells that you can buy for like $600. I know it's not cheap if you're a peasant like you, but trust me, it's worth it. I have the Bowflex machine here at home as well as the dumbbells. They're awesome. I am in literally the best shape of my life because of Bowflex. Most fools and peasants spend and waste their money on gym memberships when they can just make one simple investment. It's called Bowflex. Yeah, you can have a home gym at home. You don't even have to get on your little bicycle and ride to the gym anymore, little Jimmy. You can literally work out at home. Yeah, it's amazing. The Bowflex home gym is about $4,582. And right now, yeah, yes, they are running a special for 10% off. If you use the promo code on their website, it's my promo code. I'm going to give it to you now. Get out a pen and a piece of paper. The promo code for 10% off the home gym made by Bowflex is Mr. 10 Million. Mr. 10 Million. If you want 10% off your purchase of the Bowflex home gym, enter in promo code Mr. 10 Million. You're welcome. You are welcome. And thank you, Bowflex, for sponsoring this wonderful international live stream, international worldwide broadcast here on YouTube. Thank you so much. I highly suggest that you do buy the Bowflex home gym, or at least this treadmill, which is a very small amount of, I think, $3,000. It's not a lot. Trust me. When you're eating and gorging nothing but Ben and Jerry's ice cream and Cheetos, which I love, if you're consuming nothing but that, trust me, you have to balance things out. That's where Bowflex comes in. That's where not being a gigantic, massively obese diabetic comes into play. I do not want you to be a massive hog. I do not want you to be a hog. Okay, I don't want people looking at you as if you belong at some sort of petting zoo or some sort of display at an animal farm or a petting farm with goats and horses and things like that. That should not be you. Even though I know it is, that should not be you. So if that is you, and I know it is, you need Bowflex in your life, folks. Today's sponsor is none other than Bowflex, the proud makers and manufacturers of the Bowflex home gym. That machine is massive. I have it here at my home gym. My home gym is now complete because I have the Bowflex home gym. It's a massive machine with weights, pulleys. You can swing off of it. It has a bench press built into it. It has everything. Literally has everything. It is incredible how good of a company Bowflex is. Bowflex is just incredible. I cannot say it enough. Once again, I have partnered up with Bowflex. 10% off the home gym if you want it now. You go to bowflex.com. You type in /. You type in home gym. You type in / again. And then you type in Mr. 10 Million. And just like that, you have confirmed your purchase with 10% off of the Bowflex home gym. And guess what? Life just got a little easier because you're not going to be as gigantic anymore, because you're going to start working out. You're going to start getting in your cardio. You're going to start getting in the weights and the pulley system that the home gym has. And maybe you even want the Bowflex treadmill, like the guy at the bottom right of your screen is currently running on. If you want to be in shape like that, and you are tired of being a gigantic couch potato that consumes nothing but Ben and Jerry's and Cheetos, trust me, get a hold of the Bowflex treadmill as well. Bowflex treadmill, Bowflex home gym, Bowflex dumbbell weights. Folks, they've got it all. They've really got it all. They've ticked off all the boxes as far as what's needed not to be a gigantic slop. They really have done the research. It's incredible. It is incredible. I'm just going to do an outside shot. I'm just bouncing around all of the advanced images right now. Bouncing around probably is what you're doing right now because you just ate another pint of Ben & Jerry's and now you consumed 250 grams of sugar in one sitting and 96 grams of carbohydrates. So yeah, I'd say getting the Bowflex treadmill is definitely a priority for you. You need to burn off all those calories and carbs and fat. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. I have nothing else to say as far as any of that goes. Stop eating sugar. Stop eating Ben & Jerry's and Cheetos for an hour. Right? I mean, just stop inhaling food for an hour. I know, I get it. We've all been there. It can be difficult. It can be very, very difficult sometimes. Life is hard. But you know what makes it a whole lot easier, folks, is Bowflex. Bowflex has you covered. What an amazing company Bowflex is. I'm amazing at this. Bowflex is the best at what they do as well. It's just incredible. What a partnership. What a sponsorship deal we have here. 10% off the entire home gym. Sign me up. Even though I already signed up and I am already using the Bowflex home gym. Sign me up again. I'm losing my mind right now, folks. I'm going crazy just like you. I've lost my mind just like you, apparently. Because of how good Bowflex is. Just painting this in. I don't have to make a very accurate mask. It can be a quick and dirty mask. It doesn't have to be the world's most precise mask. I'm just painting and brushing and painting with a nice soft brush. Look at that. Look at that. It doesn't even have to be perfect over here, folks. Because you know why? You don't see it. It blends in. Even when we hit before and after, you still can't see that harsh line. I mean, you can barely see it right there. I know your vision is garbage. Mine is perfect. But I can still barely see it right there. Yeah. Yep. So, back to Bowflex. Get it. Go to bowflex.com right now, /home gym /Mr. 10 million, and buy it. Just buy it. Literally just buy it. Get out your credit card. Write a check. Do whatever. Take out a loan. I don't care. I get paid every time you make a purchase with my promo code. So you need to do that. You need to get out your debit card. I doubt you have a credit card, let's be honest. You don't have an American Express Gold Plan Platinum card like I do. You have a debit card from Wells Fargo or something. I mean, gosh, ew. Interacting with peasants like you is just a dirty feeling. I mean, it really is. Oh, gosh. I'm definitely going to have to take a shower later. Once I work out and get my sweat going with the home gym. Oh, that looks like garbage and I want to remove it. So I have to delete the sharpen mask because using content aware tools will result in a garbage look. Kind of, like the look that you're able to achieve. Like every single time. Oh boy. Look, It's not completely hopeless. You're never going to be me. It's never going to happen. But you can take the tools that I use and the techniques. You can come up with something similar. Is it going to be anywhere near as good as what I create? No. You know the answer to that. The answer is no. The answer is, of course, no. Are you ever going to be in as good a shape as me? As I am? No. Absolutely not. You can still stop eating as much Cheetos and Ben and Jerry's though, and you can buy the brand new Nike Dunks that were made by Ben and Jerry's. Apparently, these Nike Dunks, you can buy those, put them on, buy the treadmill, and then start working out. And maybe you could get in the shape that this peasant is in. The shape that this guy is in is laughable compared to me, but it's something that is achievable for you. I mean, even now, if you're 478 pounds, you can still get to this point one day. It's going to take a few years, yeah. You can do it though. Now, having said that, me and Chester, the cheetah, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the ingredients in Cheetos and how it's the most nutritious food on planet Earth, as well as Ben and Jerry's, and how you should continue to buy these amazing products. But in the meantime, me and Chester, we have to take a quick break. So we're going to do that. And we will be right back. Don't go to Racetrack right now. You can go stock up on Ben and Jerry's and Cheetos later after the live stream is over. It shouldn't be too much longer. We've been going for an hour. I'm going to estimate that we're probably going to go for another hour. It's not a massive property, and it's not that difficult to edit. It is for you, not for me. That's why it's not going to take too much longer. So sit tight and just finish off that current bag of Cheetos that you have in front of your face. Just eat that in the meantime, okay? I'll be right back. All right, me and Chester the cheetah are back. We just had to run on over to Racetrack and pick up some delicious Ben & Jerry's ice cream and a couple bags of Cheetos. Me and Chester just had to get our hands on the brand new jalapeno cheddar Cheetos. Are those good or what, folks? Anyways, back to the task at hand. Here we go with the advanced images. Even though we already did a few, these are the ones that really suck. So, here we go. Let's call this Breakfast Nook. I think that makes sense. What do you think? Does that make sense to you? Or is it a little too complicated? It's probably too complicated. Anyways, just looking at the outside, trying to decide which of these are the ones that I want to use. These don't look very good. I'm looking on the right-hand side over here. Just focusing on that window, because all the others are actually outside. The one on the right is kind of inside that interior of the lanai out there. And I think I'll go... I might actually use 3. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use 3. This will be my third. I'm going to use it for this one because it does not have the reflection from the flash itself. Don't want to overdo it with the highlights. It'll start to look like complete garbage. And this is why it's important to learn programs like Photoshop, not Lightroom. Lightroom will only do so much for you. It's only going to do so much for you. And by only do so much for you, I mean absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You will never obtain greatness if you are only using programs like Lightroom. You gotta be good. You gotta be good, little Timmy. That's why I need you to pay attention so you can become a wizard like me one day. Even though you'll never achieve that, I want you to still try. I do not want you to be a complete and total failure. If you want to be like me one day and have Chester the cheetah endorse your live stream, then you need to do what I tell you to do. You need to do exactly what I tell you to do. With everything in life. Finances, Photoshop. I mean, what's more important than knowing how to use Photoshop to make money? As well as the stock market, which I have very advanced knowledge of. Look at this. Look at how fast I am. It's unbelievable. I'm basically the Flash. That is insane. I was about to ask if you can do that, but I already know you can't. So it's pointless. It's completely pointless to even ask that question. I mean, I could ask it, but it would basically be a rhetorical question. You probably don't even know what that means. You know what? Here's your iPad. Here's your iPad back. Just there you go. You can watch cartoons and stuff on YouTube now. There you go. There you go. Here's your iPad. I'll just be here slaving away over a hot stove in Photoshop, crafting perfection for entitled real estate agents that think they're actually important. They think they are actually important for some reason. I I don't know why. Why do they think that they are actually important when I'm the one doing all the work? I'm the one that basically sells the home for them by creating these photographs and giving it to them. You know, I mean, they really need to start giving me their commission. And if they don't, they will ultimately end up on my enemies list. Okay, there's one. Pay attention. We're going to do these two right here. Yeah, it's a puzzle. It's basically just a puzzle. And you use different tools in Photoshop to put a puzzle together. Yeah, we're still putting the puzzle together. Make sure the pieces line up. That way they go in the proper holes that they need to. That way you can put the puzzle together. Little Jimmy. Oh, unbelievable. No, I don't need to watch a quick video about how layers work. Was that what that was? It was just telling me that Photoshop can show me how to use layers in 2024 when I helped to develop and create Photoshop 48 years ago. It's telling me about layers. Dear Adobe, get ready for war. Get ready for war, Adobe. You are now my top priority as far as enemies to defeat in this realm. You will be eviscerated very soon. Very, very soon, Adobe. Yes. And make sure you come into your pads and into your masks and make things nice and clean. I know nobody's going to see this, especially all the goldfish, lizard brain zombies out there. I see it though. That's why I need everything in my life to be perfect, because I am what? A perfectionist. I notice the small details, little Timmy. I see everything that you do. Nothing you do gets by me. The sea of trash that you manage to produce on a daily basis, not a single piece of that trash gets by me without me seeing it and saying to myself, yes, all of this is trash. There's no hope for little Jimmy over here, is there? With his iPad that he's still watching. I need you to pay attention now that you can watch YouTube cartoon. You can watch YouTube shorts later. I need you to learn how to use Photoshop. That way you make money off of it. You can literally do this as a career. You can literally edit photos full time and make a career out of it. I know it's hard to understand how that works. Don't worry about that. That's the second part of the equation. Just learn how to use Photoshop. That's it. Learn as much as you can about photography and this thing we call the real estate market. If you can do those things, you'll probably go pretty far. You'll probably make a decent living. No, not like me. That's not possible. You're a peasant. You were born a peasant. You will remain a peasant. Having said that, you can still earn a decent peasant living. Okay. You can still earn a decent peasant living. You'll never be a multi-billionaire like me. You'll never be as cool as me and Chester the cheetah. Yeah. Chester, this guy over here, with the gigantic Cheetos logo above his head. He is awesome. I am awesome. You, however, are not awesome. You could be cool one day if you play your cards right and you listen to what Mr. 10 Million is saying right now. If you listen to what Mr. 10 Million is saying right now, you could go far. If you learn to type as fast as me, if you learn to use the pen tool as fast as me, you could go very far in life. But if you continue to slack off like little Jimmy over here or little Tiffany, with their iPads, with their big bug eyes glued to their iPad, with drool coming down their face. If that's you, if you're little Jimmy or little Tiffany, you're gonna crash into a brick wall. You're basically going nowhere. You have failed yourself. You have failed your parents and your grandparents. Your ancestors look down upon you from above with shame, little Jimmy. They look upon you with shame. Unlike me, unlike the wizards before me, I am surrounded by my spiritual predecessors. Spiritually. And they are all saying the exact same thing. They are all chanting, saying, "You are greatness. You are the grand master wizard of this reality. Continue to break records. Continue to be successful. Continue to shame little Jimmy and little Timmy over here, who can't seem to put down their iPad for 10 seconds, and just pay attention. Pay attention. Learn how to use simple tools like the lasso tool. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it, little Jimmy. Oh, gosh. Is daycare over yet? Is today's kindergarten class over yet? Oh, gosh. We haven't even gotten to arts and crafts time yet. That's going to be a chore in itself. Oh, my gosh. Arts and crafts time with a bunch of invalids. Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy, oh, that's not gonna get saved, right? I'm gonna have to abandon that. Just like I wish I could abandon you right here, little Jimmy. Oh, arts and crafts time is coming up next. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be a big mess with all the popsicle sticks and Elmer's glue and all the glitter and crap. Oh boy, no. Instead of becoming a master at Photoshop, we're gonna do arts and crafts. Yeah, we're gonna put googly eyes on popsicle sticks, like children, because that's what we are. We're a big group of mentally defective children. Yahoo! Yahoo! Yahoo for me! Yahoo for arts and crafts time. I can't get enough of it, apparently. Just pay attention, and we will be through this as fast as possible, I guarantee you. I'm not even concerned about having you learn anything at this point. I have given up on that. I've literally just given up. My hands have been in the air. Oh, what is this? That is a group of elderly senior citizens having some sort of congregation on the patio. What is it that they're doing? What is it that they're talking about? They're probably talking about how their parents gave birth to their grandchildren, and their grandchildren are sugar-addicted lizard children, lizard babies. That's probably what they're talking about. They're all sitting together saying, we hate our children because they gave birth to other children, and they're just pathetic. They're pathetic little goldfish-brained, iPad-addicted, Cheeto-addicted, sugar-addicted, Ben & Jerry's ice cream-addicted goblins. Yeah, they're just goblins, basically. Invalids and mental defectives that can't learn Photoshop. Apparently nobody can download Creative Cloud and install a program. I don't understand why. That's exactly what they're saying over here. Literally. Word for word. Verbatim. If there was a stenographer here, you could look at the transcript, and that's exactly what their conversations would say. They'd say, we hate our children. They are garbage because they gave birth to garbage children, dumpster children that can't use Photoshop. That's literally what they will be saying. That's what they're saying right now. Okay, now that we kind of have a decent base, let's zoom in. Let's look around. What else is it that we can do? There's a lens flare right here. Do I care enough to make this perfect? No. Am I going to try to do something about it? No. I did try to do something about it. It didn't really work out. Therefore, I cannot personally justify spending any more time on it. I will not be doing it. The agents don't deserve more of my time. The realtors, they don't deserve it. I mean, no. They don't deserve. I should remove the baby boomers, but they're gonna stay because again, I don't care enough. They can sit there and leech off Social Security some more. I don't really care. Yeah, this is a good one to do right here. This is a good one. This is a perfect one actually, because the colors are, it's all wonky. It's a little too warm here, Jimmy. What do you think about the color temperature? What can you say about the color temperature on a technical level about photography? Go ahead and give us your hypothesis right now. Okay. Jimmy is literally just staring. He's more drool is coming out of his mouth now. He should not have asked him anything because now he's just making a mess all over the floor with saliva all over the place. This is ridiculous. Somebody get the janitor. Get the sawdust. Get the janitor. Get the sawdust. Get the janitor. Get the sawdust. It's a fun little song here with Jimmy. Apparently, he's now bouncing his head up and down. Oh boy, we have to go. We have to find the exit. Have to find the exit. Okay, here we go. Pay attention. Pop in a mask. Brush that layer in with a soft brush. Yeah. You know the deal, folks. You know the deal with how me and Chester the cheetah operate. You know we're coming with the game plan of how to tackle real estate photography. That's me and Chester. Chester and Mr. 10 Million have teamed up. We're here to take over the world, folks. Get ready, zombies. Get out of our way. We're taking over. We're about to shut you down. We're here to take over town. We're here to take over all the competition. We're going to become a gigantic monopoly. We're literally going to own everything. Me and Chester the cheetah. If you're not a complete invalid and you want a job, you can come work for me and Chester. Chester will be the vice president. I am the president and CEO. He will be in charge of the daily goings on, the daily happenings and things like that. So he'll be kind of micromanaging things around the office. I will be on my private jet traveling as usual. I mean, that's why I became the president and CEO of a multinational conglomerate corporation. That is basically a monopoly. That's why Chester wanted to get in on the fun, because he knows that every once in a while I'm gonna let him come aboard my my private jet. We're gonna go to Rome and Italy and Spain and France. We're gonna see the sights. We're gonna eat delicious delicacy and cuisine, gourmet food, not food that you eat. The peasant food. That's you. You can have that. You can have the peasant food. You can have all the Ben and Jerry's ice cream you want. Trust me, I know you're probably gorging on it right now. I know everything about you. You don't have to tell me that you're gorging on Cheetos and um, Ben and Jerry's Nike. What is it, Chunky Dunky? You're probably eating that right now. The Nike's brand, Ben and Jerry's brand, special flavor of ice cream. That's probably your favorite flavor too, Chunky Dunky. No, me and bosses like Chester, we're running the show now. We are running the show now, folks. So again, if you want a job and you don't have the brain of a lizard, and you are somewhat competent, come and work for me and Chester. We're looking for talent. We're looking for talent. I mean, it's that simple. We are an equal opportunity employer. As long as you don't have the brain of a goldfish, you can come work for us. As long as you're productive and you have motivation to do something incredible in this world, that's all we ask. It's not a lot. It's really not a lot. It's not a lot to ask for. But yeah, this basically turned out perfect as always. So I'm going to move on. And yes, I'm going to do a final review of all the images. Oh, look at that. Look at that, folks. Again, I'm the Flash. I am literally the Flash right now. I am speeding through this luxury property, this luxury real estate property that you will never be able to afford. I am speeding right through this. We are now on image number 6. How many are there total? You should have kept count. I kept count. Do you know the answer? The answer is 10. There's 10 total. There's 10 images total. Okay, here we go. The lights are way too bright, so I just want to take those down a tad. The garage lights, the light on the little entrance patio thing over here, whatever this is. Take it down to 4K. I don't need it to be at 6K. That's unnecessary. Unnecessary. That's how I would define you. And little Jimmy over here. That's pretty much it. Unnecessary, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna take that, paint it in, brush it in, folks. Pop in a mask, click it in. Not so much of a brush action. It's more of a click, and I'm just taking the radius down here of this brush here as I kind of brush it in. I'm clicking it in. Yeah. Don't want to go too crazy. Yep. And this garage light kind of still looks like garbage, but I should just create a selection and kind of bring that in a little bit more. Okay. Let's see how this will look. I think it will look better. Of course it's going to look better. I'm doing it. Me and my right-hand man, Chester the Cheetah, we're on top of it. Chester is basically my supervisor. He's here to supervise that things don't turn catastrophic here at daycare. He's here to make sure the invalids don't get out of line. There we go. It's too dark though, so I'm going to brush it out. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's fine. It looks decent. Let's see. Is there anything that I can do with the sky? Let's feather this mask. Feather it. And I'm I'm just throwing something out here, folks. Don't get crazy on me now. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks very good. Very good. Moving on. Sharpen it. Don't flatten. Sharpen. Boom. Just like that. Okay, we have a decent base to this now. It looks good. It's not perfect. We are definitely going to come back to it, however. Always double and triple check your work, folks. Okay? That's today's pro tip. Double, triple check your work. Boy, my energy levels are getting a little low right now, folks. I think I might have to run on over to Racetrack and pick up the new jalapeno cheddar bag of Cheetos. So me and Chester are going to dip out. We're going to run out. We're going to hop in the Lambo. It's not going to take more than probably 2.5 minutes. It's a Lamborghini. I know you've never seen it in real life, but we're going to run out, pick up a couple bags. I got to get my sugar levels back up. That way I can get through daycare and babysitting you as a bunch of mental defective, lizard brain, gold brain fish. Okay, so I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, me and Chester the Cheetah. Me and Chester the Cheetah are back. We just filled up on Cheetos and Ben and Jerry's. Today's sponsor is none other than Cheetos and Ben and Jerry's and Racetrack. That's where we just had to go. Had to run back to Racetrack, pick up some Cheetos. Now we're doing good. Now we are both feeling fantastic. Hopefully we can finish up the last 4 of these images. Get them sent out to the whiny real estate agent and call it a day, folks. I can call it a day and I will have made a sum total of $42,752. Oh, $42,752. Excuse me, I was getting ahead of myself there. I was totally getting ahead of myself there. How did I make $42,000 today? It's called Photoshop. Yeah, this is why I keep harping on this whole Photoshop thing and learning it, because you can do it full time. You can literally use this program to do so many things as a full-time job. You can make it and turn it into a full-time job. It's incredible. Did you know that there are people in the world that are making a salary of $80,000 using Photoshop for creative purposes? I bet you did not know that. That's a fact. That is a fact. Not only am I living proof of that, I earn way more than that. I mentioned 80,000 because that is a goal that is attainable for peasants like you. For me, that's not a lot of money. That's like 3 hours of work for me. For you, that's a year's work. Don't take it too hard, though. Don't beat yourself up over that fact. Don't beat yourself up there, little Jimmy. It's okay. $80,000 a year is still a very good number. I can respect that. If you manage to install Adobe Photoshop and Creative Cloud from Adobe's website, I can respect that. I know that you haven't made it that far yet. I have hope. For some reason or another, I still have hope that you'll be able to install Photoshop. Figure out how to download Creative Cloud and hit the install button. Oh, I have hope. I do. Hope is literally the only thing keeping me going at this point. That's it. I mean, literally nothing else is keeping me going. Not the tens of millions of dollars that I earn every year or every month. I mean, every year. Yeah, right. It takes me like a month to make that amount. It's not the money. I'm not in it for the money. Not in it for the fame. Me and Chester the Cheetah are not in it for the fame. We're in it to help the common people, the common man, the peasant. That's you. That is you. There's no shame in being you. I mean, there is shame in it. There's definitely shame in it. It comes from a lifetime of bad decisions, so yeah, you should feel shame. But it's not too late to turn around. I mean, yes, the ship is sinking. You have to acknowledge that. When you're staying up till 4:30 in the morning eating Ben and Jerry's, the ship is definitely sinking. But you can still plug the hole where the water leak is coming in, and you can make it back to shore alive. And that's really what it's about. It's about survival for you at this point. It's about making sure that you don't end up in a diabetic coma. Yeah, I mean, that is attainable. That is a definite, realistic goal. turning around this massive obese ship. This ship of obesity and consumption of Cheetos and Ben and Jerry's and things that you like to get from Racetrack. Racetrack is a great store. I love it. I love getting gas from Racetrack, filling up my Lambo after cruising around on the strip with Chester the Cheetah. I love getting gas at gas Racetrack over there. It's a great gas station, but not ending up in a diabetic coma is probably your best bet right now. As far as goals, go, I would say that's your really only hope. You're not going to make $80,000 a year doing anything. It's just not going to happen. I know you. I know you. It's not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. That's okay though. Maybe surviving is enough for peasants like you. Maybe that's all you were cut out to do in life, is just survive. Be thankful that you have the opportunity to learn from a wizard. Yes. Right now, you have the opportunity to learn from a wizard. That is I. That is me. Not you. You will never be me. You will never make as much money as me. You're never going to have a bright neon orange Lamborghini in your garage. Drop top. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. So, just focus on that goal of buying a Bowflex treadmill and losing all the weight. That's it. I mean, that's really it. You can do that. That's in your control. You can achieve that goal. It is possible. Put down the Ben and Jerry's. Put it down. Oh gosh, I'm sitting here talking about losing weight and not going into a diabetic coma, and you're literally you're drinking the Ben and Jerry's ice cream. You allowed it to melt, and now you're literally just drinking it like it's water. You're literally slurping down pints and pints of Ben and Jerry. This is why I say I have no hope, or very little left. It's because of actions and behavior like that. Letting Ben and Jerry's ice cream melt so that you can drink it through a straw. This is... I have no words. I really have no words. I have no words when it comes to your behavior. If I were to sit here and try to understand you psychologically, time would literally run out. There would literally be no more time left. And even though I am immortal, because I am a wizard, I still do believe that time would actually eventually run out if I were to sit here and try to understand how your mind works, or your brain works, your goldfish brain, how that works. I don't want to do that. Even though I'm going to live forever, I feel like that would take too much time away from crafting greatness and being successful financially. I mean, imagine how many more Lamborghinis I could buy and own with the time that it would take to understand how your brain works. Probably buy like 15,000 more Lambos in that time. And yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool to have 15,000 of them, but since I'm so modest and humble, I don't feel like I need that many. I am going to be buying another one later this week. This one is actually it's like an Andromeda chameleon color that changes based on the light. So it'll shift from like purple to blue to like neon green. It's got like small flecks of paint in it, little sparkle flecks of paint. It's the paint job on it is. Let me get the invoice here. Hold on. The paint job itself is $97,000. That is ridiculous. Yeah. You don't even want to see the invoice. I can put the invoice on the screen right now. Hold on. Hold on. Actually, no. You don't deserve it. You don't even deserve to see my invoice for how much that Lambo is going to cost. No. No. No, just no. You don't deserve it. Yeah. You don't even deserve to see the word Lamborghini. Or Ferrari. Yeah, I've got one of those too. I've got a classic Ferrari in the garage right now. It's from 1986. It's beautiful. I've updated the upholstery in the interior. Dropped a new engine in it. It's ridiculous. But it's a classic for a reason. I love vintage cars as well. I'm not just a fanatic for modern cars. I love all the classics. They're beautiful cars. That's something that you can't appreciate. I know that. It's okay. I'm talking to a goldfish right now. But yeah, it would take all time in the world, all remaining time in the world, to understand how your brain operates and why you still haven't figured out how to download Adobe Creative Cloud and simply install Photoshop. I'm done guessing. I am done guessing. That's it. I really don't know. I don't want to know. Even if you could give me an answer, I am officially past the point of no return. Officially past the point of no return. I truly don't care at all. I don't care. Okay, just click that once, twice, maybe 3 or 4 times. Be very careful if you're going to do that, because you still want everything to be even. I'm talking to the handful of people that are not goldfish or lizard-brained zombie humanoids. The ones that have successfully managed to install Photoshop. These little quick tips are for you. I know there's only like 2 or 3 of you guys out there, but trust me, I know you exist. I know you exist. I'm sorry that all of my attention has been taken away from you, and apparently I have to sit here and babysit children all day. Allow me to apologize for that fact. Okay, there's 8 total. There's 10 total to do. So we're gonna move on, goldfish. Pay attention. The only kind of goldfish that I actually like are the Pepperidge Farm goldfish crackers. Those are actually quite delicious. No, Pepperidge Farm is not sponsoring today's video. But I do like Pepperidge Farm products. I'm just going to say it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Pepperidge Farm, if you're listening, send me an email with the amount of money that you're willing to pay me to have me endorse your company. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you get it. Pay me money, and I will endorse your goldfish products. Your goldfish crackers and your chocolate wafer cookie things, whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Just pay me. I mean, it's really all it's about. If it's not about money, you don't have my attention. If it's not about custom Lamborghinis, you do not have my attention. If it's not about making tens of thousands of dollars every hour by using Photoshop to edit real estate photographies, guess what? You don't have my attention, peasant. You will never, ever, ever have my attention. 'Cause you're a peasant. You are a peasant. Have the peasants learned how to install Photoshop yet? That I have to know. They have. Okay. Okay. That is step one. We are like 7 hours into the broadcast, and I have just been informed by my producer that a handful of you goldfish out there have managed to successfully install Photoshop. That is amazing. I'm going to clap once. You have earned it. You have absolutely earned it today. Wow. That is hard work, I know. Navigating Adobe's website can be difficult. I get it. I'm not trying to shame you, although I am going to shame you. I'm not trying to. It just kind of goes with the territory. Make sure these line up. If they don't line up, it's going to look like garbage. It's going to look like total crap. Right click, make selection, pop in a mask. Folks, if you haven't already realized that I am a wizard and a master of this program, it's time to wake up. It's time to throw some piping hot coffee on that face of yours and wake up. Yeah. It's time to wake up, get going, get perked up, clean off the Cheetos crumb off your shirt. It's time to get going here. It's time to get going. And this is a tricky shot because we got these chandelier things hanging over here. Got these chandelier things hanging over here above our heads. Above your lizard brain head. So it's going to get really, really tricky in about 30 seconds. Watch. I can time this. My estimations are so on point. You know that because my brain is a quantum computer, but just in case you didn't know that, I'm going to tell you now, my estimations are always on point. Let's see how this looks. It's probably going to be off. It's not off that much. Let me fill this in over here. It's good enough. Okay, now you see what I'm talking about. When we cut right through that, how do we solve this problem here? Well, we put it to the side for now, and then we come back to it. I'm gonna make other adjustments over here first. I want to brighten up the area. I want to brighten up the living room, brighten up the dining area. Take down the yellows and the reds a little bit. Nothing too crazy here. Let me hit that. Okay, it's already on one path. Just click a few times. Blur that. Blur these edges. And that's what happens. If it doesn't line up, it's going to just kind of spill over and it's going to look like garbage. I hate it. But you know what? That's my photographer's fault because he's apparently developed into an alcoholic over the last couple weeks, and he just can't be bothered to make sure that the images actually line up when he's out there in the field taking the photos. So I have checked out mentally and give up on that whole thing. That whole making things perfect, when it comes to the photography aspect, I've given up on. The only thing that I can do is just continue to shame him on this little thing, this wonderful little thing called the internet. It's a wonderful resource to shame people in real time. And I'm just kind of blocking these out. Blocking these out. Again, little Timmy, we're putting a puzzle together. It's puzzle time. It's not Cartoon Network time on your iPad. Put it away. Put your stupid, ridiculous little device away. And get out the very large device, the computer, and start learning how to do things in this. Why do I bother? It's hopeless. It's hopeless. And this takes forever to do. This is why sometimes I'll send the real estate agents additional bills in the mail If it takes too long to mask certain windows out, I'll send them a bill, and it'll say extra time was needed to mask out the windows properly. They usually don't know what that means, but I don't care. I send it to my accountant, and then she takes care of it. And if they don't pay me, then we send them straight to collections and we destroy their credit. It's awesome. It is awesome. The power I have over these peasants. You're gonna pay me another $8,000, or else I will destroy your credit. That's how this is gonna work. You can call it blackmail. I don't care. I'm above you, peasant. Your opinion does not matter. Your opinion will never matter. Oh yeah? How many houses have you sold this month? Pfft. You should see the answer that they give me sometimes. Sometimes they'll say 2, 3, 4. Somebody actually said 10. I called them on it. I was like, you did not sell 10 houses in the last 3.5 weeks. He started crying. He knew I caught him. He knew I caught him in the lie. These people are pathetic. I mean, they're just goblins, you know. They're just goblins looking to make a quick buck, unlike me, who puts all of the care, attention, and focus into everything that they do. I mean, these realtors are just, they're kind of like you. They're basically the lowest of the low. But unlike you, they do actually make a little bit of money, enough to put breadcrumbs on their plate. Not Cheeto crumbs, breadcrumbs. Yeah. So I do have like 0.000000001% respect for them, but for the most part, they're rat goblin peasants. They should really be living in the sewers. That's basically what they're just sewer people like you. You know what? I think I'm going to start rounding up all the peasants and realtors and put them in just some sewer system. You know, just you're now relegated to living in the sewers. That's it. You have not proven your worth to me, therefore you will live in the sewers. You will live in a gigantic tunnel where sewage passes through on a daily basis. That's it. That's it. It's not going to be a conversation. It's not going to be a debate. It's not going to be, oh, why are you doing this to us? It's just going to simply happen. The realtors have become just a little too high and mighty for me. They need a reality check. That's basically what they need. They need a reality check. They need to be brought back down to earth, and they need to be humbled, because selling 3 or 4 homes each month isn't cutting it. Okay? It's not cutting it any longer. That may have worked in the 1960s when the economy was different. It's not going to work today. It's not going to work today, bucko. And this still doesn't look perfect, but for the most part, it's okay. I'm going to brush it in, brush it in, brush it in. Careful that I don't spill over there and have a big dark spot. It's not what you want. If you're a professional like me, you can get away with just kind of subtly brushing these things in. Don't want to go too crazy, though. You don't want to go too crazy. Just click it once. It looks like garbage. I might as well just leave it like that. This whole image doesn't even look good to me. You know, I did what I can do, but at the end of the day, it's not really going to look that great. There's still a lot that I need to do to it, though. So maybe there is hope for this image. Maybe there is hope, after all. Unlike you, where there is literally no hope. Oh, come on, just do it. Just give me a decent result, Photoshop. I'm trying to get done. Trying to get done with the daycare babysitting hour over here. How many are done? There should be 9. There is 9. And we have this beautiful kitchen shot. My goodness, folks. Is that luxurious or what? Oh, my. Now that is luxury real estate right there. You know you're living in luxury when you have an island in the middle with a big slab of tile. Oh, yeah. It's not big enough for me. My kitchen is my kitchen itself. The kitchen itself is basically a mansion. There's literally cooks in the kitchen, like walking around 24/7, making and preparing dishes for me and my guests. When I have soirees and parties, I'm on the other side of the mansion right now, so you can't hear them. I can hear them, but I doubt the microphone can pick them up. You can hear like pots and pans clanging together and orders being given, like directions from the headmaster culinary chef. It's a big operation over there in the kitchen. Don't get in the chef's way when they're crafting up delicacies, though. I've had to learn the hard way. I do not. That is one person that I will not challenge, is the head master culinary chef here at the mansion of my home, my $14 billion property. That guy, he has quite a temper. If he ever caught me with Ben & Jerry's ice cream or Cheetos, we would probably fight to the death. Honestly. We would literally, it's not even a question. We would fight to the death. If he caught me endorsing a product like Cheetos or Ben & Jerry's, and I love Ben & Jerry's, folks, I love Ben & Jerry's, but if he caught me eating that stuff, we would either fight to the death, or he would quit. He would throw down his hat, that big chef's hat, the white chef's hat that the Muppet thing would wear on the Muppets. He would throw that on the ground. It would be so difficult to find another master chef like him. I literally had to fly to Rome to find that guy. He was scouted by the world's best. Me. It was not easy to find that guy. His name is Mario. No, not the video game that you play. He's like a real Italian that crafts delicacies and culinary cuisines. Stop thinking about video games for 2 seconds. But yeah, I had to scout talent worldwide, and I ended up narrowing down my choice to that guy Mario. He's insane. I mean, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's basically a 24/7 live-in chef. I built him his own guest residence, and it's 5 stories tall. I mean, that's the level of appreciation. I told you I'm very modest and humble. So I built my personal live-in chef a 5-story, dare I say, mansion, luxury suite. It's literally his. I said, you can live here. If you feel inclined, I will literally give you the keys to my Lamborghini. You can drive around town picking up hot brunettes and blondes, if that's what you want to do. If you want to take a 10-minute break from creating dinner for me, once a month, I will allow you to do that. Yeah. Mario is literally driving the Wizard's Lambo. That's how much respect I have for this guy. His skills as a chef are out of this world. It's just incredible. But I do love Ben & Jerry's. I love going to racetrack to fill up my Lambo. If I do give Mario the keys to my Lambo, I always tell him top off the tank at racetrack. It's never been a problem. He always does it because he has the memory, the attention span of something that's not a goldfish like you. I know that you can't retain information of anything. Unlike Mario, my personal live-in chef that I built a 5-story mansion to live in, who I built a 5-story mansion to live in. Yeah. He always remembers to top off the tank with gas at racetrack when I give him the keys to my Lamborghini to go drive around town. Mario is awesome. Chester the cheetah is awesome. I am awesome. You are another story, however. Today you have been just another massive disappointment. I will not be giving you the keys to my Lamborghini because lizards and goldfish do not drive Lamborghinis. So that's not going to happen. Don't even worry about it. Forget I said anything. Oh, and you forgot already. Look at that. Look at that. Took less than 2.5 seconds for you to forget everything I just talked about. Wow, that's stunning. That is stunning. Again, if I had all the time in the world, which I don't, I would probably have to study your brain psychologically, how it works or doesn't work to be a little bit more accurate. Again, there is just not enough blue sky here, so just in a darken blending mode. Going to throw that in there on a new layer like that. Take the reds down, take the yellows down. It's got way too much going on here. Way too much going on. Now it's going to be like too desaturated. This is a difficult image to balance right here. And we can see that flash just beaming off of that. But I'm going to leave it because honestly, I have to be honest. I don't care. I just don't care right now. I've been babysitting goldfish for over 2 hours. Over 2 hours. And I also feel like I have not gotten enough Bowflex endorsements in there. So I do have to talk about that for the next 45 minutes. Bowflex is amazing. You need to buy the Bowflex home gym. The Bowflex, oh boy, The Bowflex treadmill, the Bowflex home gym, the Bowflex dumbbell set for only $682. It's cheap. Again, if you want the Bowflex home gym setup complete collection, you're going to go to bowflex.com. You're going to add that to the cart. I'm going to add the Bowflex gym to the cart. It'll say $8,742 or something like that. And then you're going to put in promo code Mr. 10 Million. Mr. 10 Million. That's me. And you will get 10% off your purchase of the Bowflex home gym. Folks, you're welcome. You are welcome. You don't even have to say thank you. Don't even have to say thank you. You're welcome. I partnered up with Bowflex because I know there are so many lazy Cheeto eating slobs out there. I felt like it was my duty to make sure that people are less of a slob than usual, you know? And I feel like the Bowflex home gym can help to accomplish that in society. Again, you don't need a gym membership to LA Fitness, who doesn't even sponsor this video because they're very stuck up. You don't need a membership to that gym. You don't even need a membership to any gym because you're about to order the Bowflex home gym. I mean, yeah, get excited. Start jumping up and down. It's time to get excited about losing 482 pounds. It's time to get excited, folks. A healthier you is on the way this year, right now. Yeah. Get excited. Get very, very excited. I'm excited that we're about to let out kindergarten class And I won't have to look at your face anymore all day long until we do another Photoshop masterclass where I'm sure you're going to show up and disappoint me again. Disappoint me some more. I'm sure you're going to have your iPad on you. You're going to have your iPad with you too, again and again and again. And I'll probably end up grabbing it out of your hands and just smashing it over your head. Because that's what I feel like doing every time I see you with that iPad in your hand and Adobe Lightroom. I feel like smashing it over your head. Yeah. So, again, Bowflex is awesome. Bowflex is exactly what you need. You already have enough Ben & Jerry's. I've already done enough endorsements for you guys. You're done. You're done. I'll talk about Chester the Cheetah because he's cool a little bit more. But from here on out, we're only talking about Bowflex and how awesome it is. Wow, Bowflex is insane. I can't believe they were even able to make that. Bowflex is literally like the most effective workout I've ever had. You should see my traps at this point. They're huge. My triceps are astonishing. Dare I say? Yeah, astonishing. My biceps have grown 3 times in the last 2 days. They're literally 3 times. 3 times the amount, the size that they were 2 days ago. That's because Bowflex does it right. Everything they do is right, unlike you, where everything you do is wrong, and you make awful decisions in your life. I'm here to help you, though. Please listen. I'm throwing you a life raft right now in the form of Bowflex. Yeah, in the form of Bowflex. I'm sending you. I'm throwing a $9,000 life raft out to you right now in the form of Bowflex. Grab onto it. Grab onto it before it's too late. And you sink further because you just inhaled 5 more bags of Cheetos. And now you weigh 20 pounds more. Grab it. Grab the lifesaver, the life raft. Grab it before it's too late, folks. Grab that promotional deal that we're running right now for 10% off. That is one heck of a deal, if you ask me. 10% off? Wow. That is fantastic. That is fantastic savings right there. I think you should definitely do that. You should definitely buy a Bowflex home gym. That's reasonable. I do believe they actually take payments as well. For all the peasants out there, yeah. Peasant alert, savings. Yep, you can make payments. I've just been informed by my producer. You can pay $99 a month. Yes, there is interest. Yes, the interest is over 22%. That's just kind of the price that you're going to end up paying for greatness. You are going to have to pay a little bit more, and knowing you'll probably never even pay it back. I mean, you'll make the bare minimum payment and just say, yeah, this is acceptable. I already know you. Do not scam Bowflex. Do not try to scam Bowflex. If you are scheming to scam Bowflex and I find out, I will find you. I am a wizard. I will strike you with lightning. I will transform into lightning. You will hear the thunder roll in the sky. When you hear that, that means the lightning is about to crash down upon you. And you will be zapped into dust. because you're a peasant that tried to rip off Bowflex and the good folks over there. Do not do that. Absolutely do not do that. Do not mess with my endorsements. No, 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 no. Bowflex, if you are listening, if you even get the feeling that somebody is trying to scam you, let me know. Let me know. I love vanquishing my enemies by transforming into lightning and zapping them. It gives me no greater pleasure than to transform into lightning. And trust me, this will not be like the Metallica album Ride the Lightning, where you have fun listening to their music. No. This is going to be the end of your life. It's going to be the end of your life. I will be vanquishing peasants in the form of lightning. It's going to be awesome, actually. I kind of want you to scam them. That way I can find you and then just zap you. That would be pretty sweet. Yeah, there's a lot of purples, greens, yellows. This is not easy to balance, that's for sure. This is not easy to balance, but I think those are decent. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, the yellows are kind of all over the place. Yellows are kind of all over the place over here. It's hard because you have to desaturate the yellows, but since most of the property is just yellow, you're kind of moving into that grayscale territory. That's not what you want. You want color, but if the only color in the room is yellow, it's hard to balance. It's hard to white balance. Get contrast with the colors and stuff, or the materials of the wood. Another pro tip there for you, little Jimmy. Little Timmy. The outside is wonky with the sky. Looks all right though. See this one again. Don't worry about the boomers over there. They're doing their own thing, talking about how they are disgraced by their own family. We're talking about how to balance the colors here. I think that's all right. Oh. I'm just doing a final review right now because daycare is about to end in like 2 minutes. I'm at the end. Today is exceptionally shorter than usual because I despise you so much. I despise the fact that you just cannot pay attention to basically anything. At all. This one is off the map. That one's off the rails. This one, look at the yellows here. Yeah, I am going to have to hold on to this property and review it later on because this one is just all wonked. It's all wonked out. It's wonky, it's janky. It's kind of like what's going on in your head after you eat 15 bags of Cheetos and slurp down 4 gallons of Ben & Jerry's Chunky Dunky ice cream. Gah. Ben & Jerry's, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy over there with those recipes and formulas. How do you do it? It's incredible. It is amazing. You guys are flavor geniuses over there. Yeah, I have to definitely hold on to this. This one is all over the place. It's nothing but yellows on this property. It's all over the map, unlike Ben & Jerry's. Unlike Bowflex. Unlike Cheetos. Oh, can't forget Racetrack. Where can you get Ben & Jerry's? Where can you get Cheetos with the new jalapeno cheddar flavored Cheeto bag of Cheetos? You can go on down to Racetrack. That's right, folks. Go to Racetrack and buy Cheetos and Ben and Jerry's. And then go home and burn off all those calories using the brand new home gym from Bowflex. Yeah, this one too. It's all over the place. I'm telling you, folks, it's all over the place. I've had a lot of fun, though. I've had a lot of fun getting a massive migraine and headache from you today. My head's about to explode. It's about to explode right now. It's about to explode because I had this massive headache from you and your incompetence, in combination with how all over the colors and color temperature and contrast is with these shots here. Wow. Boy, oh boy. But, that's the price you pay for being a Photoshop wizard. When you are the best in the world, you kind of have to deal with a mountain of garbage sometimes. And this is a mountain of garbage, kind of like you. So when I'm dealing with a mountain of garbage, sometimes it helps to just relax, take a step back, take a little breather. I might go out and go for a quick ride in the Lambo right now. I might do that. I might hit the drop top and hit the strip. Hit the strip, pick up a couple of girls, maybe go out to lunch. I'm getting a little hungry. I might hit the beach. Maybe some sand, maybe some surf, maybe some dinner, lunch, a couple girls here and there, neon orange Lamborghini. You know how I do it. You know how me and Chester the cheetah do things. We don't play around. So we're going to head out. We're going to take a breather. We're going to relax. Because I need to take a break from this property. That way I can come back with a fresh set of eyes and really start to see and figure out what the problem areas are that need to be addressed to get a good combination of all the characteristics that I'm looking for when it comes to real estate photography and how to create these wonderful combinations. I don't want those whiny real estate agents coming back to me saying, why is the sky this way? Why is there yellow color on the couch cushion? It's just like, ugh, lady, please. I can't listen to your high-pitched whine right now. That's why I have to take a break. That's why I have to take a break and go cruise around in my Lambo. Oh boy. Now I'm actually starting to feel better. I'm starting to feel a little bit more excited knowing that I'm about to start cruising at 120 miles an hour through a school zone. Now I'm getting giddy. Yeah. Just like you should be getting giddy. Get giddy to go to racetrack, pick up Cheetos, pick up Ben & Jerry's, head over to Foot Locker, even though they're not sponsoring this video. Head over to Foot Locker, pick up the new Nike Dunks, created in partnership with Ben & Jerry's, a new flavor called Chunky Dunky. Once you've got your brand new kicks, your Nike Dunk, Ben & Jerry Dunks, head back home to burn off all the calories of all the garbage crap that you're going to consume throughout the day. Use the weights on the Bowflex weight things over there, and then be sure to use the pulley system and all the built-in bench press, whatever they got on there, whatever they've got. I mean that thing. There's so many exercises that you can do on the Bowflex home gym. I literally can't even count. So, having said that, this has been awesome. Me and Chester the cheetah, we're gonna roll out. We're going to go cruise around in the Lambo, and we'll be back soon. Again, in that meantime, install Photoshop, and then we can go from there. So if you could just install Photoshop, That would be awesome. Again, I don't have any faith in you that you could even accomplish that, but try it. When we come back to daycare in a few days, we'll go from there. That's really all I can say. I don't expect anything different from you. That's really it. Having said that, this has been wonderful. I'm sure we'll see you again very soon, and we'll be addressing how you have the brain of a goldfish. But yeah, have a great one. Stop on by Racetrack, pick up some new jalapeno cheddar, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and your Nike Dunks. And, we'll see you in the next one, and I hope you have a terrific one, folks. Enjoy your new Bowflex home gym. You're welcome. Enjoy it.